Did Blair leave?
Yeah, is he on this one or?
Yeah, he's got this PCC. Oh, is he on the exam too?
He's on the retail program. What'd you say? PCC? Okay.
We ready? I'm at.
Sure.
Calling case number 2155924, the people of the state of Michigan versus Darlene Mack. Defendant is charged with count 1, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
And good afternoon, Your Honor. Rachel Jordan appearing on behalf of the real Mac. He is not present at this moment. I would ask to waive his presence. PCC.
Wait a minute, President, happened to you this morning. This was set to 8:30.
Your Honor, it wasn't in my calendar, and I am always at my hearings, so I do apologize. Inconvenience the court.
All right. Well, send this matter for exam.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I do need digital discovery.
Jordan, you should have paid for discovery. It was emailed to you. We have already asked the OIC for the video.
Okay. I just need digital discovery. Thank you.
How many witnesses?
One of those.
July 19th and 9:15.
That's good for me, Your Honor.
Okay.
You said 9:15?
Yes, ma'am.
You and your staff have a wonderful day.
I'm sorry.
You have a wonderful day, you and your staff.
Okay, you too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jordan.
You're welcome.
Kitty, who said that?
So attorney for,
Michael Lamb?
yeah,
You got to get the prosecutor's signature on it.
that,
Otherwise, I can't sign it. Just give the subpoena for after the exam.
that's what I told her.
I just can't give it.
That's what I told her. She said the prosecutor won't sign off on it.
Oh, well, then he doesn't get it. They have to agree to sign off on it. Otherwise, we don't get it till after the exam. Whitney.
What we waiting on, Judge?
Nobody?
Who's on Whitley?
She's on Zoom.
Is this your case? Whitley? Yeah. Yep. What? Okay. Very good. Very good. That's her case. Okay. I didn't. No, that's fine.
Hello?
Yes, sir, can we help you?
Can't hear it.
Person on the iPhone? Hello?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, Katie, can I need your correction again? Thanks. Thank you very much.
You ready?
Huh? What we waiting on?
Just gotta call it.
Which one? Whitley?
Yeah.
Yeah, Whitney.
Oh, Whitney. Calling case number 2060645, the people of the state of Michigan versus Asmar Whitley. Defendant is charged with count 1, retail fraud, first degree, second offense notice, habitual offender, fourth notice. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Prosecutor, my name is Ronald. We do have our witnesses here ready to go.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mallory Yaldo, P79861. I'm appearing on behalf of Asmar Whitley. And Judge, he's not present at this time. He's in custody. But when I tried to schedule a visit with him earlier this week, they said he had been writted out to another jurisdiction. I can't get any more information beyond that, but he is in custody, and it's my understanding that he was not brought over for today's exam.
Right, he's in the Michigan Department of Corrections. That's what we were told, he got sent back. Why, I don't know. So we'll just have to give another date.
Okay. Judge, just so the court is aware, he does have a second case before Your Honor, and that one is scheduled for an exam on May 3rd at 11:30.
So May 3rd at 11:30.
That's correct.
All right, I'll put this on the same date, May 3rd at 12:45.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody have a great day.
You too.
May 3rd, 12:45.
AP's gonna probably do red.
Yeah, Blair has to do red.
No, Blair.
Well, you probably got to run them on the other case anyway. So that'd be,
Blair? Yeah.
that's Blair. Mr. Mooney?
Who was it? That attorney prosecutor kept me on that one, right?
That was a.
Hey, Kurt.
Yeah. Attorney
Yeah.
Aldo? Okay.
That's gonna be the same.
What
his
case
other
was-
case
she was
set
on
for
that
the
case,
Same
huh?
date. For here? Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
so that's a different, George is not the person, or she's just sitting there.
So we don't need,
And we had George.
Oh,
Ritz.
You're going to need a writ for at least one of them.
One of them, yeah. Do we know if the other one has something? Is it scheduled for this one or? It's not.
One scheduled for 11:30 and one scheduled this one for 12:45.
Okay.
So you did find it, okay. It was, you did find it, remember I told you 5:20?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, here.
he had two different cases then.
Oh.
Yeah.
Judge, they probably
They-
took him because you reduced his bond on the other one. You gave him a personal bond,
Oh.
$10,000.
So he's not.
So a writ probably wasn't done on the other one.
It was.
We're gonna need a writ on this one then.
Oh, the other one, they say he's coming back. Remember I tell you that?
Supposed to, but make sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah, because this is a different case altogether.
Forget the confusion.
Right, too much, huh? Too much.
Then coming down to the baseball game.
Nope, ain't coming down here.
No, she is, she would've take
I'm
me
not
out to
coming
the
down
ball game.
I gotta figure out where I'm gonna park. It's gonna be nasty.
Perry might be down here. Ain't you a big Tiger fan?
Our office always does.
I just can't sit here and mind my business. Huh?
What?
I can't sit here and mind my business. You had to pull me into that, huh?
Pretty much.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. No, it's gotta be a little bit warmer for me.
It's supposed to be freezing tomorrow.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, tonight they said snow shower.
70 to 40.
Tiger fans don't care about how cold it is.
They don't care. They just want a reason to drink
Real
beer.
Tiger fans.
Real Tiger fan?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna
Are
say
you a
this.
real Tiger fan?
Real beer drinkers that just wanna hang out and find a reason to drink. There it is.
Oh.
There it is. You won't nobody be at a game.
Oh, did Blair leave?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Does he know that we need a writ on Antonio King? I don't know if he knows that. Gary, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you put these files in that box right there?
Please.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here you go.
Blair,
Yeah,
you know that Antonio King we did earlier?
Antonio King, yeah.
You know, we need a writ on him. I don't know, did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Do you need an ROA for him or?
It was up, what, yesterday?
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Texted
from yesterday.
Matt on it.
Huh?
I already texted Matt on it.
Okay. You gonna tell him to do a writ?
I didn't tell him to do a writ, they didn't know.
I need a writ.
How are you?
Good.
hoping I could ask Judge Giles about a case that we have getting a rain downstairs.
Oh.
How you doing today, Judge Giles?
I'm okay, how you doing?
Good, I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, been avoiding me, I'm sorry.
You been avoiding me?
I said, you've been avoiding me.
No. Well, I'm here today. Can I ask you about a case we have downstairs?
Sure.
Okay, we have a person, I don't know if any attorney, did anyone contact you already regarding a diamond pot?
Diamond Pot?
Potts, P-O-T-T-S?
They have been calling. They called me, but I told them we didn't have a box on the docket
Okay,
today.
so, okay, that makes sense. So apparently, Your Honor, Mr. Potts had an appointed attorney who, I guess, Mr. Potts is indicating he realized that there was an outstanding warrant. So the habeas warrant was issued on March 11th, 2021. The habeas had an in-person exam, and so Your Honor set the bond at $30,000 cash. So apparently, the police had come out to his children's mother's house, I think 2 days ago, and so he contacted the appointed attorney to try to address this, and he's indicating that the appointed attorney was either calling or on Zoom or something this morning, and apparently he was on Zoom, and he actually got arrested while being on Zoom this morning in the car. Do you recall anything like that happening this morning?
Nope.
I know.
Do you recall this attorney was trying to get him a court date this morning? Because apparently he's saying she was trying to get him scheduled. But I didn't speak to her
That's not
directly.
the one that there was some motion,
No,
And I said,
no, that was, you talking about the one that, no, that was a Sierra. For the motion that I asked you about that was in warrant status?
yeah.
No. She was trying to withdraw from that case. No, that wasn't the case.
Somebody was calling about him though this morning?
No, that was a different case I asked the judge about.
Okay, well, the attorney is, attorney Rebecca Tico.
Oh, no, she definitely wasn't on.
Not this morning?
No.
With Mr. Potts on?
No,
Okay, well, I'm
I
not,
don't remember a pot.
he's saying this was before, like 8:30, but then he got detained for this warrant at 9 o'clock. And ultimately was like arrested while sitting on Zoom.
Somebody came on Zoom and asked about diamond pots.
Really?
Was it an attorney?
Yeah, I thought it was another piece
Oh,
of gas.
that could have been Miss,
Yeah.
Chapo. I don't remember.
No, the big chocolate.
What I said, did I say
You
something?
repeated the name.
Oh,
Everybody-
I said all we have was a diamond. Cause we have a
You guys all have a
diamond.
nice Easter, okay?
So it might have been her.
Thank you.
You might have had her on trying to
She
get him.
might have came on, but I told her all we had, I said, all we have is a diamond Lambert.
Yeah, somebody did come ask about diamond pots on Zoom.
On the, an attorney?
Um,
Possibly.
Yeah, whoever, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, somebody did.
all right, well, so, Your Honor,
But she didn't say nothing else
the
about it.
bottom line, Judge, is would you consider changing that $30,000 cash bond? He's in DDC, he's gonna get a writing on that today. He's scheduled to
No, I do that. You were supposed to be here a month ago,
March 11th, 2021 at in-person exam.
20 days ago.
And I do understand that, but if they really were trying to address it and he got arrested on Zoom, which is what it's sounding like to me. I mean, it sounded like he
Well, that's
contacted.
what he said, but I don't know if that's true. How we know it's true?
I'm trying to get in
You
contact.
don't know Zoom, otherwise we didn't do that.
Well, officer did say somebody asked about him this morning.
Yeah, someone asked about pots, diamond pots, but I told them all we had was a diamond Lambert. And then they didn't say nothing else.
It's a CCW, Your Honor.
When's it from?
March 1st, 2020.
From March 1st, 2020?
Yeah, that's the incident
You
date.
got the case number?
Yep, 200-561-0101. It looked like it had kind of kept getting adjourned throughout COVID, and then there was some adjournments, I think, by defendant's attorney. Ultimately, we ended up at a date on March 11th.
It was assigned to Judge Jones at first. Jonesboro
You got anything else?
team.
You haven't picked up any new cases?
Have you picked up anything?
I don't know the answer to that. I can try to look, going through the website. I know that he's indicating he doesn't have any convictions and he's working at Fort Motor, but I don't have the answer to whether he picked up new cases. But next time I come up here to ask you, I'll make sure I know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
All right, I'll help her with it.
What can we change the bond to?
How about 50,000?
It's 30. I can't tell people that,
I'm just saying if you're on the total.
I can't tell when people are joking with the math.
You go
Okay.
5,000 personal.
Oh, yeah. He called.
5,000 personal?
Yeah. Just let them know.
Yeah, I told him to call you.
You misses another court date late, or doesn't come dressed right, I'm locking them up.
Okay, 5,000 personal
Oh, it's a
bond.
special
Thank you,
person.
Judge Giles.
You're welcome.
I'll make sure we stay on the record that he needs to be on time and dressed properly.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay. Okay.
Nice to see you, I'll get there.
Take care now.
Oh, Andrew Robert.
Andrew?
Yep,
No.
A-N-D.
To the, we're, Monday.
R-O-B.
The court is closed.
734?
tomorrow.
231.
7:30.
77.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Yeah, it's not really there.
Bye-bye, nice to see you. Take care.
Tell him to stay home. Tell him to stay home until he's rain. Yeah, call, yeah, and then, you guys call me, because I don't know how that's.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tigers, opening day, yeah, and then Friday.
Ready,
Good Friday.
He's on board, right? Oh, just the one, we only got one left. Ronald.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Yes, go.
That's okay, I just stay at home and see.
So we already did this, or we already waiting?
No, we haven't done it yet. We're waiting on.
Okay, I'll tell Mr. Derry to go to work. Darren, did you go to work?
Oh, then we're waiting on,
He's ignoring me.
What about the 245?
That's gone, it's not going.
So you just waited, or what you do?
You can do it.
All right, you too, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
Just drop
Yeah. The prosecutor had a motion to increase the bond.
Yeah.
And they got no witnesses, witness in the hospital.
it. So he is,
Yeah.
okay, sorry. All right. So we just waiting on Brad, sir.
Ty, can you do some work?
Miss Morgan is out there. That's what I'm trying to find out. Yeah, what do you need?
No, that's what, what's his name, he told me to tell you.
Who's
some
that?
work. Your friend.
Who's my friend?
Mr. Shepherd.
Oh, okay. When I see him, straight to the moon. He's always messing with me. Okay, so I'm just letting you know, Joe Morgan is out there. Just waiting on the edge. And this one.
We're waiting already?
Yeah. Hey, big one came up, man. That's it. You saw him? Okay.
Are you gonna put the 245 on?
Hmm?
You gonna put that 245 on?
No, we ain't gotta do nothing. They were on this morning.
Oh, okay. Lock up, right?
Hmm?
You can lock it up. He wasn't brought over.
No, he's on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you talking about the 245?
Yeah.
That's a female.
Oh, she.
Witness is in, the hospital. So they can't go forward.
Judge, do we know what facility, Whitley is in? Did they say?
No, just MDOC, they don't know which one.
No, I don't know.
Judge, I thought you were serious when you said 50,000 cash.
No. I wish. Hey, Pete. Okay, I'm good. Okay. Yeah, I took it to Carmen. Huh? No, not at the top, where the chart, where the code changed. To a misdemeanor. Attempted possession and a law.
Judge, if it's all right, well, my client needs to come in on Zoom
Yeah,
because
attempted controlled
he's not
substance
feeling well and,
and a law.
okay, he's waiting for test results, so I told him not to come.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the misdemeanor. The felony was controlled substance possession and a law. Then it was reduced to controlled substance possession and a law.
We're going to be in there a second, him and police officer.
Yeah, I got it in. However, it's still showing, it's saying that the charge is still a felony. Oh. Oh, 4:30. I gave it to Carmen, but she told me to contact you. She said she was busy. She was swamped. Oh, 2407. All right, thanks, babe. All right, bye. How you doing on Bruner? Where's Bruner?
Rowley.
Huh?
Right now, Rowley. We're coming in now.
Oh, it's spelled different on the file.
Afternoon.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh. Let me know when you're ready.
We're ready.
Yeah, ready.
Calling case number 20606661, the people of the state of Michigan versus Pierre Browner. Defendant is charged with count 1, stolen property, receiving and concealing $20,000 or more. Count 2, operating license suspended, revoked, denied. Second notice. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, and your wonderful staff. May it please the Honorable Court, Federal Land Bureau, number 80354, appearing on behalf of the people.
May it please the court, I'm Joan Morgan from Neighborhood Defender Service. My bar number is 34482. I'm here from Mr. Brown.
Brown, state your name for the record, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning, Pierre Browner.
All right, why is Mr. Browner on Zoom?
Judge, Mr. Browner indicated to me that he did not feel well. He had been tested for COVID and was waiting for results. So for the safety of the rest of us in the courtroom, I advised him not to come in.
You ready?
I think we're ready, Your Honor. We ask for mutual sequestration of all witnesses testifying here today or in the future. And ask for an exception for officer in charge, who is also our only witness today. Sergeant Giles.
The witness.
I'm sorry?
You said your officer in charge is your only witness?
Yes, sir.
Then why do we need a sequestration order?
housekeeping manager. I get into that flow, so I really. All right. At this time, people call Sergeant Daniel Green to the stand. Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
And can you please state your name for the record?
Sergeant Daniel Green.
Sergeant Green, how are you employed?
With the Detroit Police Department, assigned to the Action Officer Task Force.
And how long have you been employed in that capacity?
35 years.
Now, Sergeant Green, I want to turn your attention to September 21st, 2020, in the area of East 7 Mile and Mountain Road, Detroit. Were you working on that day and did you make that location?
Yes.
And what, if anything, occurred on that date and at that location that brings you to the court today?
I was in the area checking for stolen vehicles. Observed a stolen SUV in that area in the apartments. Set up surveillance on it. Notified my crew.
How long were you surveilling this vehicle?
Approximately hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay, and what happened next?
The vehicle became occupied. My subject later identified as Mr. Browner.
Now, I'm going to stop you just for one moment. You said it became occupied. How many occupants were there?
2.
And do you recall seeing the driver of that vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I want you to take a look around the courtroom and on Zoom and tell me if you see that individual here today.
Gentleman on the Zoom.
Can you tell me something he's wearing?
A blue or dark face mask and dark top.
Okay. Your Honor, let the record reflect that the witness has just identified the defendant's manner, Mr. Pierre Browner.
Reference only fact.
Right.
Right? Even though you said he was in the vehicle?
He was driving the vehicle.
He was driving.
What happened next, Sergeant Green?
The vehicle proceeded to the area of 7 Mile Mountain in Coney Island. I requested a marked scout car to make that location to stop the vehicle. We just got 11th Street, made the location, and we're taking Mr. Browner, removing him from the driver's seat as I pulled out.
All right, now let me back you up a little bit. You said you requested a marked scout car on the vehicle. What made you request a scout car to effect the traffic stop?
I was in plain clothes and undercover vehicle.
Okay. Did you run the vehicle?
Yes, I ran it through Lee.
Did you run the license plate?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall that license plate number?
I would have to refer to my report.
Would looking at your report refresh your recollection?
Yes.
Your Honor, let the record reflect that I'm showing the defense counsel, Sergeant Green's report.
Thank you.
May I approach the witness, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Sergeant, let me know when you remember to request, and I'll collect that document from you. And what was the license plate you ran, Sergeant Green?
9 Tom William 296 Massachusetts plate.
Okay.
Give it to me again.
9 Tom William 296. 9 Tom William 296.
Now, upon running that license plate in lien, what happened next?
The lien response was the vehicle was stolen out of Southfield, I believe in June of 2020.
Okay. So you ran the lien and you requested a marked scout car.
Correct.
All right, what happened next?
We continued surveillance of the vehicles in the area of the Coney Island 7 Mile Mountain, where the scout car pulled in. And as they were pulling in, I was pulling in, they were taking Mr. Browner into custody, as well as a known female, passenger front seat.
Okay. And you observed this going on?
Yeah.
And the person they pulled out of the vehicle, is it the same person you identified moments ago?
Yes.
Yeah. But after they pulled everyone out of the vehicle, what happened next?
I advise the officers to convey both of them to Grosse Pointe Park Public Safety Station for us to talk.
Okay. What happened to the vehicle?
I did an inventory of the vehicle and had it impounded.
Okay, and during your inventory of the vehicle, what anything did you discover?
I discovered numerous pieces of mail to Pierre Browner at an address on Huntington and also an address on Charlotte. These items were in several different places: the glove box, the center console, and on the seat.
Okay. And did you locate anything else in the vehicle?
Did you what?
Did you locate anything else in the vehicle?
There was also mail for Mr. Browner's girlfriend in the back pocket of the driver's seat, which was I believe, an automobile insurance certificate.
Did you find any other like personal belongings that belonged to Mr. Browner?
It appeared that someone had been living in the car. There were clothes, I believe a stroller, and several other things in the vehicle.
And what happened after the inventory search was conducted?
I retrieved the mail items and held them on evidence.
Okay.
Vehicle was totally collapsed.
Okay, you said the mail was addressed to Mr. Browner?
Yeah.
Now, do you recall during your investigation talking to Mr. Tom Teffey, Tomteffey?
Yeah.
And who is Mr. Teffey?
He is the representative of the rental car company that owns the vehicle.
And what did he convey to you?
Objection, hearsay.
I'm asking under the exception to hearsay rule.
Yeah, you gotta say it. You gotta put it on the record, you gotta say it.
Oh, now pursuant to Rule 766.11 and also 1102 under Michigan Rules of Evidence, the hearsay exception to that authorizes another person to demonstrate the hearsay from someone else who owns the vehicle in terms of knowledge, ownership, use of the vehicle. Yes. And what did Mr. Teffey convey to you regarding the vehicle?
He conveyed that it was rented with a fraudulent identification. It was Mr. Bootman. That they had received a affidavit from Mr. Rubin in Florida stating that he did not rent any vehicle, that they fraudulently used his identification to himself.
Okay. Now, did he tell you what type of vehicle it was?
Yes, a 2020 Chevrolet Equinox.
And what type of vehicle was Mr. Browner driving?
A 2020 Chevrolet Equinox, the same was rented.
And did he also convey to you how much the vehicle was worth?
Over $20,000.
Do you have an approximate number?
If I refer to my report.
Your Honor, may I proceed with this with the same report?
What was the demand? Yes.
Sergeant Green, how much was the vehicle valued at according to Mr. Teffey?
$27,000.
And did he also indicate whether or not the defendant had permission to use that vehicle?
That he did, the defendant did not have permission to drive the vehicle.
I have no further questions at this time, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Rudman, or whoever said he was Mr. Rudman, rented the vehicle, is that correct?
Yes.
And did Mr. Rudman provide Avis car rental with identification when that person, whoever he was, rented the vehicle?
Fraudulent identification.
Did you look at that fraudulent identification?
I did not, it was in the state of Florida.
Okay, and, did you ask to look at it?
No,
What is the race of the person who rented the vehicle from Avis?
I don't know,
What was the age of that person?
I'm not sure.
You don't have any evidence that that person is Pierre Browner, do you?
No.
Okay. So somebody rented the car from Avis Car Rental in June of 2020, right?
Correct,
We don't know you don't know who that person is, right?
correct.
Okay. And then some 3 months later, Mr. Browner is seen driving it. What's the distance that he drove it?
Approximately several miles that I observed.
Did you say several?
Yes.
Okay. And he ended up at a Coney Island with a female, is that right?
Yes.
There was the ignition wasn't punched to that car, was it?
No.
There were keys to that car, weren't there?
Yes.
And in fact, the keys were in Mr. Browner's possession, is that correct?
Correct.
Were you there when Mr. Browner was arrested?
Yes.
Did you hear him say that he had borrowed the car from a friend?
Okay, how is this not just there? And what exception are you using?
Did you see Miss,
You withdraw the question?
that question, yes.
Okay.
Were you present when Mr. Browner was arrested?
He was arrested, I was pulling up.
Was he already cuffed?
He was being removed from the car.
Pardon?
He was being removed from the car.
Okay, so he wasn't yet cuffed.
As soon as, once they removed him, they did cut.
Did he appear excited?
Slightly,
Did he appear upset?
yes.
And did you hear him say as he was being pulled or taken from the car and cuffed that he had borrowed the car from a friend?
Yeah. How is this not a? Six days. You can't bring it in?
Okay. Other than the fact that he was driving the car, do you have any evidence that Mr. Browner was aware that the car was stolen?
Doesn't know his possessions he had in there.
Oh. Okay, he had some personal property in the car, right?
Yep.
That isn't evidence of his knowledge that the car was stolen, is it?
No.
Other than the fact that he was driving the car, do you have any evidence that he knew the car was stolen?
No.
I don't have anything else.
Yes, Your Honor. Was there any paperwork in the vehicle relating to a rental?
Yes.
Was it in Mr. Browner's name?
No.
You said no?
And was it under what name?
The truck rental at Rudman, I believe it was.
Now, you said that when you arrived on the scene, he was just being pulled out of the vehicle. At that time, I'm sorry, is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. At that time, did Mr. Browner say anything?
Basically, that why was he being arrested, et cetera. I don't recall exactly what he was saying.
Now, when you spoke with Mr. Thomas Heffy, did he indicate to you when he reported the vehicle stolen?
I would. Report there.
You already got that. That was the first time, was pulling out of South Philly Junior.
I know it's different.
Huh?
I was trying to figure out when Heffy actually reported it stolen, though. But I guess we could infer that it was reported in June since it was reported stolen in New England. And at the time that Mr. Brown was being taken out of the vehicle, was he leave at the point?
No,
Was he Mirandized?
not on the scene.
Why?
I think we should,
You have no further witnesses.
I don't have any evidence.
Right, Your Honor, this time people move for buying over his charges and setting a warrant on count one, stolen property, $220,000 or more, and operate without a driver's license, which is a misdemeanor, so I'm not even gonna discuss that as much. We heard from Sergeant Green that he was surveilling a vehicle that was reported stolen, and he observed the defendant in the driver's seat along with his girlfriend, and that they were driving to a Coney Island at the area of 7th and Mound. Scout cars were requested, where Sergeant Green observed the Scout 11-3, pulled the defendant out, handcuffed him. At that point, Sergeant Green did an inventory search and located multiple items of male clothing to suggest that Mr. Brown and his girlfriend are possibly living in the vehicle. We further heard that the vehicle was reported stolen from the rental car company by Mr. Tom Teffy, who Sergeant Green spoke to personally, and reported the car's value also at $27,000. Because the vehicle was stolen back in June, and this happened in late September, I believe it would be a question of fact as to Mr. Brown's knowledge of the vehicle standing. However, there was paperwork in the vehicle stating that Mr. Amoud rented the vehicle, which we don't know whether it was Mr. Brown using a fake ID, since it was fraudulently rented, and that would be a question of fact, or a trial of fact. You can ask for fine over his charge.
My arguments about you, I don't think there's any evidence at all that shows that Mr. Brown knew the vehicle was stolen. There's absolutely nothing about the vehicle that would indicate that it was stolen. That's all I have to say.
any rebuttal, Ricky?
Briefly, John, just the fact that there was paperwork in the vehicle that said it was a rental, that was potentially rented back in June. Here we are in September, and Mr. Brown was paying for the vehicle. Who was? So at that point, a reasonable person would suspect that the rental car company is going to report their vehicle stolen, or at least, at the very least, look for their vehicle somehow. So I would submit that Mr. Brown should have known that the vehicle, or should have suspected that the vehicle may have been stolen.
All right, I haven't heard a question on this concept of Carl, and Sergeant Walter's meeting. The police department, all press passport. September 21st, 2020, in the area of 7 Mile Mound, observed a stolen SUV, self surveillance, two people occupied the vehicle. The driver, identified the defendant, Mr. Browner, as the person who got driving, drove to Coney Island, Sergeant Green requested a marked scout car, detained, arrested defendant, ran the plate, Massachusetts plate, means that stolen out of Southwood in June, was advised to convey to Grosse Point Park. The inventory search discovered mail belonging to the defendant, and mail belonging to the defendant's girlfriend, along with other clothing and other items in the car. Also talked to Tom Sheffy, representative of the rental car company. He said the car was rented with a fraudulent ID. That paperwork was also found, the company paperwork was rented under fraudulent name, was also found in the vehicle. The vehicle was valued over $27,000. Well, court can infer based on the fact that either the defendant knew or should have known that the vehicle was in fact stolen. Under the circumstances in which he was occupying it. I don't know how long he had it. That's of the question of fact. Well, the ultimately of the question of fact is the trier fact. Court finds felony enumerated complaint warrant did in fact serve in the city of Detroit. Probable cause to discharge the defendant. Will be bound over the Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on information, which will be April 14th. 21, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And body control.